Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon to one and all present here. It is my pleasure and honor to welcome you all to the virtual Investiture ceremony 2020-21. I welcome our Secretary, N.R.D. Prem Kumar, Joint Secretary, P.E.R. Premchand, our College Principal, Dr. Kamala Balakrishnan, our Vice Principal, Zafir Solomon, and today's Chief Guest, Dr. P. Muthukumar, Head Associate Professor, Presidency College. We welcome the friends and relatives of the Student Forum, and we request the new viewers to subscribe our YouTube channel to get latest updates. This day is much awaited day in every student's life, as it gives a return to the effort put by them throughout the academic endeavors. It gives a sense of responsibility towards fulfilling further commitments. Today's program is blend of technology and tradition, and let us begin this ceremony with invocation God. To begin this auspicious occasion, I invite the college choir to invocate God, the Almighty. Thank you, students. Welcoming is the noblest act of any function. Welcoming is the noblest act of any function. Welcoming words are rose petals that are sprinkled with fragrance to invite one and all with warm greeting. So, now I request our principal, Dr. Kamala Balakrishnan, to welcome the gathering with warm greetings.
Good afternoon to everyone. It's indeed a great honor and privilege for me to extend a welcome address. And first of all, let me welcome our Honorable Chairman, Dr. Chevalier N.R. Dhanabalan, and our Secretary, Mr. N.R.D. Prem Kumar, Joint Secretary, Dr. P.E.R. Premchand, and today's special guest, Dr. Muthukumar, HOD, Social Political Science Department of Presidency College. I also welcome Vice Principal, faculty members, and students of Anne Valley Arts and Science College. The college is the doorway of many opportunities for the students to learn a lot for life. It makes them to understand how life can be groomed and prepares them for the future. If your actions create a legacy that inspires others to dream more, learn more, do more, then you are an excellent leader. Investiture means a formal investing of a person with authority, power, right, and dignity. It's rightly said that leaders are not born, they are made. Let every student who stands here in today's young leader making for the future of nation. On this wonderful day, we all gathered through Zoom to witness the Investiture ceremony of our Anna Violet Arts and Science College. And I take this splendid opportunity to welcome our guest. Once again, welcome and thank Dr. Muthukumar for he has accepted our invitation without any hesitation and also with short notice. Thank you so much, sir. Okay. And we are highly honored and I am very happy to say that in this pandemic situation and students are interested to come forward and they got selected for this student forum of Anna Violet Arts and Science College. Okay, always leadership comes with responsibility. I am sure that the academic year 2020 and 21 students forum members are going to contribute great to the institution and they will definitely take our institution to the next level. Once again, I will extend a warm welcome to all our students, faculty members and team members of the Anna Violet Arts and Science College. Thank you.
History has demonstrated that the most notable winners encountered heartbreaking obstacles before they triumphed. They won because they refused to become discouraged by their defeats. Winners make a habit of creating their own positive expectations in advance of the event. Our former president, APJ Abdul Kalam, says, a leader must have some qualities like having a vision, passion, and be prepared to tread untrodden paths, have courage and nobility, and be transparent. Now, I invite our college secretary, joint secretary, PER Premchand, to swear in the newly nominated and selected forum members for the academic year 2020-21.
Well, thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Dear students of Anna Violet Arts and Science College, you are called to lead and be a model to your fellow friends. You have a greater responsibility to make your leadership to be more effective. I, as the Joint Secretary of Anna Violet Group of Institution, take the honor of swearing in the members of the Student Forum for the academic year 2020-2021. Thank you.
The virtual platform has paved way for the parents to take pride in pinning up the badges for the wards. Now, I request the parent of Nandakumar, student's president, to pin the badge. Nandakumar has participated in NSS activities, an active member in various clubs and cells, and presented papers in conferences, and he aspires to become a cybercrime analyst. We wish him a grand success. I request our Joint Secretary, Dr. PER Premchand, to swear in the President, President TB Nandakumar.
Well, I, as the Joint Secretary of the Anna Violet Group of Institution, take the honor in swearing the President as the member of the Student Forum for the academic year 2020-2021. All the best. Congratulations.
So just say hi. I.
Hi, TB Nandakumar, in the presence of respectable management and the members assembled, do solemnly promise and pledge to faithfully execute the duties of the president in the students' forum of our college with utmost integrity to the best of my knowledge and ability, and to commit myself to the society code of ethics and to fulfill the mission of our institution. I shall not misuse my power, strive towards excellency in every sphere of activity. Thank you.
Thank you, Nandakumar. Now, I request the parent of Timothy, Vice President, to pin the badge, and he will be sworn by our Joint Secretary, Dr. P.E.R. Premchand. Our Vice President, Jai Timothy, has participated in many intercollegiate and intracollegiate activities. He was a forum member for past 2 consecutive years and also received Best Actor Award in Literaria Club, and his passion is to become a professor.
Well, I, the Joint Secretary of Annai Violet Group of Institution, take the honor in swearing in Mr. Timothy as the Vice President and be a member of the Student Forum for the academic year 2020-2021. All the best, Timothy. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. I, J.I. Timothy, in the presence of management and the members assembled here, do solemnly promise and pledge to faithfully execute the duties of Vice President in the Student Forum of a college with utmost integrity to the best of my knowledge and ability, and in the absence of President, to commit myself to the society's code of ethics and to fulfill the mission of our institution. I shall not misuse my power and strive towards the excellence in every sphere of activity. Thank you.
All the best, Timothy. Now, I request the parent of Thiruvenkada Arjun, Vice President, to pin the badge, and he will be sworn by our Joint Secretary, P.E.R. Premchand. He is very active person in social activities, and he has been the recipient of Best Actor Award in Literaria for 2 years, and he aspires to become an IPS to serve the nation.
I, the Joint Secretary of Annai Violet Group of Institutions, take the honor of swearing in the Vice President, Mr. Thiruvenkadam, as the member of the Student Forum for the academic year 2020-2021. All the best, Vice President Thiruvenkadam. God bless you.
Thank you, sir. I, L. Venkata Arjun, in the presence of management and the member assembled here, do solemnly promise and pledge to faithfully execute the duties of Vice President in the Student Forum of our college with utmost integrity to the best of my knowledge and ability, and in the absence of the President, to commit myself to the society's code of ethics and to fulfill the mission of our institution. I shall not misuse my power and strive toward excellence in every sphere of activity. Thank you.
All the best, Arjun. Now, I request the parent of Samara, Secretary, to pin the badge, and she will be sworn by our Joint Secretary, P.E.R. Premchand.
Well, I, the Joint Secretary of Annai Violet Group of Institution, take the honor of swearing in the Secretary to be the member of the Student Forum for the academic year 2020-2021. All the best, girl. All the best.
Tamara is a very active person and participated in various competitions and symposiums. She is a good public speaker and aspires to become a journalist.
Thank you, sir.
All the best, Samara.
Thank you, ma'am. I, as Samira, in the presence of management and the members assembled here, solemnly declare and promise to exercise in all loyalty, discretion, and conscience the functions entrusted to me, Secretary in Student Forum, to discharge the duties and to regulate my conduct with the interest of our institution, with utmost integrity to the best of my knowledge and ability, and in the absence of the President, to commit myself to the Society's code of ethics and to fulfill the mission of our institution. I shall not misuse my power and strive towards excellence in every sphere of activity.
All the best, Samara. Now I request the parent of Madan Kumar, secretary, to pin the badge, and he will be sworn by our joint secretary, Dr. P.R. Premchand.
Okay, what would number?
I, the Joint Secretary of Unviolent Group of Institutions, take the honor of swearing in the Secretary Madan Kumar as the member of the Student Forum for the academic year 2020-2021. All the best, Madan Kumar. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Hi,
He has
Madan Kumar in the presence
participated
of
in international conferences and workshops related to his specialization and won international championship award held in Malaysia. He aspires to become a microbiologist.
Hi, Madan Kumar in the presence of management and the members assembled here, solemnly declare and promise to exercise in all reality, discretion, and conscience the functions entrusted to me as a secretary in the student forum to discharge the duties and to regulate my conduct with the interest of our institution with utmost integrity to the best of my knowledge and ability. And in the absence of president to commit myself to the societies of code of ethics and to fulfill the mission of our institution, I shall not misuse my power and strive towards excellence in every sphere of activity.
Thank you, Madan Kumar. Now,
Thank you, ma'am.
I request the parent of Guru Prasad, Joint Secretary, to pin the badge, and he'll be sworn by our Joint Secretary, Dr. P.R. Premchand. He is an enthusiastic person. He is an eloquent blog writer, and he aspires to become a forensic scientist. Now, I request the parent of Guru Prashant to pin the badge, and he'll be sworn by our Joint Secretary, Dr. P.R. Premchand.
As Guru
Prashant.
As what? What is his portfolio?
Joint Secretary, sir.
No, what is his portfolio?
Joint Secretary.
Oh, Joint Secretary. Okay. Well, I, the Joint Secretary of Unviolent Group of Institution, take the honor of swearing in as the Joint Secretary and the member of the Student Forum for the academic year 2020-2021. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. I, K. Guru Prashant, promise to be always be enthusiastic and always have a can-do attitude about activities that I undertake as Joint Secretary and obliged to carry out my responsibilities in Student Council and to regulate my conduct with the interest of our institutions with utmost integrity to the best of my knowledge and ability to commit myself. To fulfill the mission of our institution, I shall not misuse any power and strive towards excellence in every sphere of activity. Thank you.
Thank you, Guru Prashant. Now, I request the parent of Dinesh to pin the badge, and he will be sworn in by our Joint Secretary, Dr. P.E.R. Premchand. He is hardworking, energetic, ever active, and cordial with fellow students, and he is a media singer.
Dinesh as what? I'm sorry.
Treasurer.
Okay, fine. Well, I, the Joint Secretary of Undivided Group of Institutions, take the honor of swearing in Dinesh as the Treasurer and the member of the Student Forum for the academic year 2020-2021. All the best, Dinesh. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. I, D. Dinesh, in the presence of management and the member assembled here, do solemnly promise and pledge of faithful execute the duties of treasurer in student forum of our college, and promise and pledge to faithful and honestly discharge the duties of treasurer to the best of my knowledge and ability. Thank you.
All the best, Dinesh. Now, I request the parent of Nanda Kumar, Treasurer, to pin the badge, and he will be sworn in by our Joint Secretary, Dr. P.E.R. Premchand. Nanda Kumar is calm and composed with pleasing personality, and he is good in the area of finance and wanted to become a chartered accountant.
I, the Joint Secretary of Undivided Group of Institutions, take the honor of swearing in Nanda Kumar as the Treasurer and the member of the Student Forum for the academic year 2020-2021. Congratulations, Nanda Kumar.
I, Young Nanda Kumar, in the presence of management and the members assembled here, do solemnly promise and pledge to faithfully execute the duties of Treasurer in Students Forum of our college, and promise and pledge to faithfully and honestly discharge the duties of Treasurer to the best of my knowledge and ability.
Thank you, Nanda Kumar. Now, I request the parent of Bharat, Sports Secretary, to pin the badge, and he will be sworn in by our Joint Secretary, Dr. P.E.R. Premchand. Bharat is a passionate sports person and performed international gold medals twice in Silambam, and he wanted to represent the Indian team.
I, the Joint Secretary of Undivided Group of Institutions, take the honor of swearing in Bharat as the Secretary of this sports, member of the Student Forum for the academic year 2000. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. I, Bharat Kumar, do solemnly swear that was the sports secretary in the student council shall abide by its rules and regulations, subscribe to the spirit of sportsmanship. For the glory of sports, we shall put forth our greatest effort to achieve the best result in the games for the honor of our institution.
Thank you, Bharat. Now, I request the parent of Abid Ali Pasha, Joint Sports Secretary, to pin the badge, and he will be sworn in by our Joint Secretary, Dr. P.E.R. Premchand. Now, I request the parent of Yuvan Shankar Raja, Joint Sports Secretary, to pin the badge, and he will be sworn by our Joint Secretary, Dr. P.E.R. Premchand. Yuvan
Hello.
Shankar Raja has actively participated in various athletic events and wants to join Indian Army.
I, the Joint Secretary of Univiolet Group of Institutions, take the honor of swearing in Yuvan Shankar Raj, the Joint Sports Secretary, as the member of the Student Forum for the academic year 2020-2021. Congratulations, Yuvan Shankar Raj.
Thank you, sir. I, L. Yuvan Shankaraj, do solemnly swear that Joint Sports Secretary in Student Council shall join, abided by its rules and regulations, subscribe to the true spirit of sportsmanship. For the glory of sport, we shall put forth our greatest effort to achieve the best result in the game for the honor of our institute.
Thank you, Yuvan Shankar Raja. Now, I request the parent of Elil Bharati, Cultural Secretary, to pin the badge, and he'll be sworn in by our Joint Secretary, Dr. P.E.R. Premchand. Elil Bharati, he actually participates in various competitions at intercollegiate and intracollegiate level. He is good at singing. He is very talented in performing the folk art. He is interested to join civil service and to serve the nation.
I, the Joint Secretary of Univiolet Group of Institutions, take the honor of swearing in Bharati as the Cultural Secretary and as the member of the Student Forum for the academic year 2020-2021. Congratulations, Bharati. All the best.
Thank you, sir. I, Edel Bharati, do solemnly swear that as Cultural Secretary in Student Council shall abide by its rules and regulations, subscribe to the true spirit of teamwork, and bring out the varied talents of my fellow students by participating in intercollegiate events and art laudable to our institution. I shall put forth my greatest effort and achieve the best result in fine arts for the honor of our institution. I shall not misuse the power bestowed upon me. Thank you.
Thank you, Elil Bharati. Now, I request the parent of Ritu, Cultural Secretary, to pin the badge, and she will be sworn in by our Joint Secretary, Dr. P.E.R. Premchand.
I, the Joint Secretary of Univiolet Group of Institutions, take the honor of swearing in Ritu as the Cultural Secretary and also as the member of the Student Forum for the academic year 2020-2021. Ritu, congratulations.
I, Ritu, do solemnly swear that as Cultural Secretary in Students' Council shall abide by its rules and regulations, subscribe to the true spirit of teamwork, and bring out the various talents of my fellow students by participating in intercollegiate events and add Lawrence to our institutions. I shall put forth my greatest effort to achieve the best results in finance for the honor of our institution. I shall not misuse the power bestowed upon me.
She's talented dancer and won laurels at intra and intercollegiate level competitions. She aspires to become an entrepreneur. The college, now I request Dr. Uma Charlada, Head Department of Commerce, to introduce the chief guest.
Thank you, Prema. Good evening, everybody. Leadership is the capacity to translate vision into reality. As said by Warren Bennis, it's a great honor for me to introduce today's guest. Starting Dr. P. Muthukumar, Associate Professor and Head Department of Political Science, Presidency College, Chennai. He did his UG in English in American College and his master's in political science from Madras University, Madras Christian College, Chennai, and got his MPhil and PhD degree from JNU, New Delhi. He is the author of the book named The Breeze of Love and Life. He is well known for his work in the field of education and also an NCC officer in Presidency College and 13BN senior NCC officer and also National Nodal Committee Head, Disaster Management and Risk Reduction World Bank Project. And he was a former Vice President of KOG, Home for Special Children, Kanchipuram. It's a great privilege for us to have him here. Hearty welcome, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
It's my privilege to invite Dr. P. Muthukumar, Head Associate Professor, Department of Political Science, Presidency College, to address the gathering.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for Uma, ma'am, for introducing me. And it's a great honor to be part of this great investiture ceremony. And because immediately I accepted once Vice Principal Mrs. Zafia Solomon called me. So because the reason is I was also part of the student union when I was doing my undergraduation. So I thought the proportions, whatever I had, I should share with the young budding leaders. So that's why I said, okay, ma'am, I'll also come and say a few words for these students. So this is a great moment. And meanwhile, I'll thank the chairman, Shivali Dr. N.R. Dhanabalan, and the secretary, Mr. N.R.D. Prem Kumar, and joint secretary, Dr. P.R. Premchan, and the principal, Dr. Kamala Balakrishnan, and vice principal, Mrs. Zafia Solomon, convener, Dr. S. Uma Charlata, co-convener, Mrs. P. Devika Prema. And my wishes to all the students who have got assumed and they got their position and they're elevated to be the leader of this year, maybe. And actually, this is a great situation for an individual as a student, because is going to, the students are going to feel the change, what is going to happen in them. The change in the sense they are going to become the future leaders. And in my opinion, leaders are inadequate. Making leaders are inadequate. We need more statesmen. There is a lot of difference between leaders and a statesman. What is the difference between a leader and a statesman? That one example I would like to say is that out of 6,000 projects that have received, that had gone to World Bank for a project, there was only one project from Tamil Nadu was accepted some 50, 60 years ago. That was Noon Meal Scheme, which was meant for education. Now world over they are distributing. And India, you know very well, they started from Tamil Nadu and it is given all over India. This is what the statesman is all about. The leader is inadequate and the statesman is complete. That means the difference between leader and the statesman is the statesman leads a nation with a vision. There are so many leaders. We have n number of leaders. There are a lot of classification of leaders. And we have religious leaders, socialist leaders, capitalist leaders, democratic leaders, dictatorial leaders, and spiritual leaders. And they all only for one reason, to inculcate values in the society. And they have done well and they are at the best. They are given all the religious inscriptions has given us the best, whether it's the Bible, Quran, or Gita, anything for that matter. They all stand tall for the values of human life and human spirits. Now, for the students, those who have taken up the important responsibility as a student leaders, they have great responsibilities of taking. What is that? Actually, they are actually like, it is like seeing or watching the race. The race in the sense, running with the baton. You are supposed to relay race. The seniors has given you now the baton, and you're going to give the baton to the next juniors. That means how disciplined you are supposed to. You are supposed to take the baton of a discipline. And the most important, the basic aspects of a student is discipline, not the physical, it is mental also. Inculcating in mind what discipline is all about. It as a habit, making it as a habit, and taking ahead to the other generations. We all know that in the society, as a you have been chosen as the best leaders, and that means you have responsibility and accountability, and you are supposed to live with that and lead with that. And along with this, you need to develop skills, communication skills. You all know very well that world over, the top leaders of the world are best in communications. Without best in communications, you cannot call even a single leaders. Say for anybody, for that example, take from Nelson Mandela, Abdul Kalam, or Mahatma Gandhi, or Nehru, Indira Gandhi, in our own land, Nadurai, or Karnanidhi, MGR, a number of people. Without their communication skills, they wouldn't have reached people and continued in power. Of course, continuing in power is out of elections, but continuing your life as a role model is very important. How to be a role model? Living with ethics and values, inculcating certain ethics and values are more important. And we should live with some kind of empathy, living for others. The kind of happiness you get is more important. The feeling of others. There is a saying always, no, like when you wear a shoes, only the person who wears shoes knows where it pinches. So we should be in a position to know where the pain exists of others, helping tendencies. So all these sort of qualities students has to inculcate and pass on to other generations. And we also should live with kind of positive energies and the positive thoughts. The positive thoughts will help us to take us to another phase of life. That means it gives strength. It gives us inner strength. It makes us to travel further. It makes our journey easier, possible. And the people around us will be happy if you're going to be with the positive thoughts. We ourselves will know that whomever is going to be wired with the positive thoughts will be happy to be with them. So our thoughts also has to be inculcated with the best positive thoughts. That will give an energy. And self-confidence. Every student should have self-confidence built within. It is like self-drive. Self-drive and self-confidence and self-motivations are immensely important. Not necessarily looking for others, not looking for outside, that we need some motivation from outside. Nothing. And I happen to see the small WhatsApp group. It says, if you want to prosper in trade and business, the person who thinks that I don't have background means he's a failure. A person who thinks they can make a successful entrepreneur without any money in hand is the real successful man. That's how the person who believes in himself that he can come up in life is definitely will make a great and good life. And in this process, I would like to say that the students should inculcate the habit of decision making qualities. This is very, very difficult. Error is human. That means we commit mistakes. Doesn't matter, but how to overcome the mistakes and how to overcome the problems or the challenges we come across. We need to face it. Instead of facing it, running away is not a solution. So all these things we need to understand it, accept it, and then learn it and move further in our life. And then when you have taken a job, anything, a lot of criticisms will come. There you need to have patience. A lot of criticisms will be there. And there is a saying in always that if you are going to be a boss, there are a lot of criticisms like people, you need to be like, sometimes you need to be deaf, sometimes you need to be blind. That means the criticism will come such way that you will be scolded, people will be scolding, you might be coming across the criticism of all, but doesn't mean that you get angry and shout at them. But then what is wrong with us? How it can be mended, molded, changed. So for the good of us and for the good of the society. And if we are going to make good of ourselves, we are actually contributing to society. By contributing to society, we are actually contributing to the nation. Like that, we can move, we can improve, we can proceed further in our life. And whatever work we do in administration, we need to maintain trust and transparency. Trust and transparency is foremost. This is a very huge, important investment in life. I mean, winning the trust of other, whomever believes you, that trust is very important. That will take you to places. And finally, what I would like to say is friends. If you are going to have a good friends, and that will take you to places. Where because you are a senior doesn't mean that the juniors are less anyway. Because somebody else is senior doesn't mean that they are superior. Or any walk of life, in any social ladder, any political ladder, or religious ladders, all are should be treated equally. That's what Buddha call it as equanimity of mind. If we're going to balance our mind in the best possible manner, then we are actually walking towards victory or victorious. We will emerge victorious. And I wish all the students forum or union to be a successful person in their life. And also I suggest or advise them to give the similar baton of success to their respective juniors. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Thank you, sir,
Yes,
for
ma'am.
enlightening us about the qualities of a good leader and possess empathy for fellow being. And you also said the most important thing the students should have is self-confidence, self-driven, and decision-making. And thank you, sir, once again for enlightening our students with all these ideas. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now, I request the students president the college has frames and responsibilities. The college also frames and responsibilities through various departments, cells, and clubs. Now we would like to present the members. Dr. Ganga, Kino Club, Kamachi Devi, Solution Club, Literature Club of English, Narmukhe Club of Tamil Department, Quartz Club of Tarani Club of Hindi, Quantum Club of Physics, Evolve Club of class representatives as follows. Now, I request the students' president, T.B. Nandakumar, to propose vote of thanks.
Good evening, ma'am. It's my pleasure to propose vote of thanks. I would like to thank our chairman, Chevalier, Dr. N.R. Tanabalan sir, dynamic secretary, Mr. N.R.D. Prem Kumar sir, our joint secretary, P.R. Premchand sir, Principal, Dr. Kamala Balakrishnan ma'am, Vice Principal, Mrs. Jafia Solomon ma'am. I extend my thanks to the chief guest of our virtual investiture ceremony, Dr. P. Muthukumar, Head and Associate Professor, Department of Political Science, Presidency College. Thank you for joining us. Admit your busy schedule, sir. I also extend my thanks to Dr. Uma Charulata, the convener, and Mrs. Devika Prema, co-convener of the Student Forum, for their valuable support and guidance. At last, I express my sincere thanks to all the heads of the departments, faculty members, students, and dear parents for attending this investiture ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you, Nandakumar. I request all to rise to their feet and stand in respect for national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे